Wheels are moving in the transfer portal for Lisa Bluder and the Iowa women. We'll talk about the program and what the departure of Shateah Wetering means for the roster. A scholarship now open. Will Bluder, Jan Jensen, and company use it on a transfer portal difference maker? We'll talk about it in just a moment. A quick reminder first, though, to check out Ascent Nutrition. I've talked about their website and their products for a long, long time. We'll continue to do so here at From the Hawkeye of the Storm. They've got these new mushroom products. Great stuff, folks. One of the mushroom products I've been talking about on this show specifically is their new lion's mane mushroom. Now, mushrooms are widely known for their many health supportive properties, and this lion's mane mushroom can help you with your memory, focus, mental clarity on a daily basis, healthy blood sugar support, and it can boost your immune system function. All these are great elements of the benefits that you can receive by trying out the lion's mane mushroom, brand new product from Ascent Nutrition. Visit goascentnutrition.com to read more and make a purchase. Use that code Hawkeyes for 15% off your order, your total order. And by the way, get yourself a bag of their coffee, whether it be their whole bean coffee, their ground coffee, medium, dark roast, whatever the case may be. It's great stuff, folks. I just had a cup of it again this morning. Visit goascentnutrition.com. So the Hawkeyes, the Iowa women, receiving news on this Tuesday that third-year guard/forward Shateah Wetering will enter the transfer portal. In fact, she has officially entered the transfer portal. Now, we've been waiting for potential transfer portal news ever since the national championship game completed. There have been some big names from other schools entering the portal, one being former #1 overall recruit Lauren Betts. She was the #1 overall recruit in the 2022 class. She's like 6'6", 6'7", went to Stanford. She's now back in the portal. Anissa Morrow, who's big from DePaul, certainly not to the size of Lauren Betts, but she's another very productive Big East forward that potentially could be beneficial at Iowa. Could Iowa land either one of those bigs? That's a question I guess we can discuss on another day at another time. But there's no question Shateah Wetering leaving gives Iowa an opportunity to add someone. Now, before we get to the potential benefits of having an open scholarship, I want to make sure that I'm not celebrating the departure of a Hawkeye, and a Hawkeye that was born and raised very close to Iowa City, just down I-80 over in Montezuma. And Wetering dealt with some adversity when she was at Iowa. Again, she's been there 3 years, tore a ligament in her knee last year, made it back this year, played sparingly, and she was behind Sydney Afalter, Molly Davis, certainly Hannah Stolke off the bench. We didn't see her really at all as the season wore on. And you felt bad for Shateah Wetering because you thought maybe she could emerge after coming off that knee injury, and she just never really did. And now with the roster being, I don't want to say loaded, but very, very experienced with proven commodities like Gabby Marshall and Molly Davis coming back, who was really productive at Central Michigan. She's got a year under her belt at Big Ten level. Kate Martin, of course, Caitlin Clark, etc. Hannah Stolke's coming on. And I know they don't all play Wetering's position, but it was just going to be hard for Shateah to find playing time here. And I have no doubt she would have loved to finish her career at Iowa, but she'll have an opportunity to go somewhere and play. We saw Tomi Taiwo go down to TCU this past year, have a successful year, solid year for the Horned Frogs. Will Wetering be able to land at a Big 12 or a Power 5 destination somewhere? I don't know. I don't know that she's shown that level of production on film. Again, the knee may be somewhat of a concern to potential suitors, but you've got to think that this is the best decision for both parties. As much as I'm sure Lisa Bluder and this team love Shateah, she'll get an opportunity to go somewhere else, potentially play. Would not be surprised if she ends up going to a MAC school. I don't know if she prioritizes staying close to home. Who knows? Who knows what her relationship status is? Maybe she's got a boyfriend that she wants to be closer to. We just don't know. But the bottom line, this does open up a scholarship for Iowa. So although it's sad to see Shateah leave this team, and I'm sure chemistry that she's created with her teammates, it does give Iowa an opportunity to go pursue someone. Now, where will that someone be? Will it be somebody inside, a big? I know Haley Van Lith, the star from Louisville, she's in the portal. She is about the furthest thing from a fit at Iowa, in my opinion, just by the way she plays. I don't want to say she's ball dominant. She's not as ball dominant as someone like Caitlin Clark. And obviously Clark and Haley Van Lith have a past. They've played together on Team USA, but I just don't see that being the fit. My guess is Haley Van Lith will end up at an SEC school. That would be my prediction. And I've heard some rumblings here and there. So I don't think Van Lith, that any of that hype is legitimate. Now, we had heard some scuttlebutt about potentially Iowa being connected to Anissa Morrow, and the DePaul forward, the 6'1" forward from DePaul, has had two big seasons at DePaul, averaging over 30 minutes a game in each of the last 2 seasons. This past season, averaging nearly 26 points per game, over 12 boards per game, shooting 43% from the field. She shot 52% from the field her freshman year. She has been terrific. Now, she doesn't have the size of a Lauren Betts or even a Monica Czinano, but she's got better athleticism. She is long, all right? She's not necessarily as tall, but she's got long arms, and she's going to be able to help them inside if Iowa could somehow attract her to Iowa. And she'd have lots of suitors. Morrow, again, with that stat line, is going to be a very much coveted forward in the transfer portal. She is a Chicago native, so she kind of stayed close to home with her decision to attend DePaul. Now that she's leaving, will that still be a priority? If so, possibly Iowa. That's a potential fit. And certainly Lauren Betts doesn't have direct connections to Bluder and the staff, as far as I'm aware. From what I saw, Iowa did not make a hard push for Betts out of high school. Betts was recruited by basically all the high major schools, all the power programs out there, including UConn, South Carolina, Oregon, etc. Betts did play high school ball with Addie O'Grady. There's a connection there. Perhaps that would be attractive for her to want to come here. I think the biggest attraction, let's not kid ourselves, the biggest attraction is not playing with a former teammate. It's not moving to Farmville, Iowa. No offense to Iowans. I'm an Iowan myself. But it would be the Caitlin Clark effect, right? And I've talked about this on post-game shows. To me, this is the opportunity for Iowa, Lisa Bluder, and this staff to take advantage of the fact that they have Caitlin Clark for at least one more season. They may get her for 2, but as much as it was difficult to foresee Bluder breaking up this roster, and in no way am I implying that she forced Shateah Wetering out. That's just not how Lisa Bluder, Jan Jensen, and company operate. But it was just hard for me to get past the idea of just retaining all these older players who have helped them get to this point, and yet still missing out on the potential on the recruiting trail, specifically in the transfer portal, that has been created because of having a generational type of talent like Caitlin Clark. Does that make sense? Hopefully I'm coming across clearly. To me, they can tap into these uncharted waters that the transfer portal offers a team like Iowa with a talent like Caitlin Clark. You're telling me there aren't bigs that would love to play with Caitlin Clark. And if they could start that wildfire, that positive wildfire, so to speak, on the recruiting trail, specifically with the transfer portal, because those are more plug-and-play type opportunities and players who are experienced, who are looking to win on the big stage right away, that could potentially launch this program into a new realm, a new stratosphere that we haven't seen moving forward. Doesn't mean they're going to be able to be a Final Four contender each and every year after Clark leaves. But I just feel like if you don't really tap into this era of recruiting in the transfer portal with Clark now, you're in danger of missing out on a once-in-a-career type of opportunity for Lisa Bluder and company. So in no way am I questioning why Shateah Wetering is leaving. She wasn't playing. That's the obvious reason. Would I expect another player off this roster to enter the portal? Could Sharon Goodman or AJ Ediger leave? I mean, they're not really playing with Monica Czinano leaving. Maybe they do play. I do have a hard time seeing Iowa take someone like Lauren Betts and have Goodman and Ediger on the bench writing scholarships, but I guess you could live with that if you're getting the #1 player from the 22 class in Lauren Betts. By the way, she didn't play a ton this year. I think she averaged, 6 or 7 points per game. She is from Colorado, again, played with Addie O'Grady in high school. The bottom line is one of the bigs needs to develop, or they need to get another big in, and they may need to get another big in regardless. And so we'll see what happens, but they do have a scholarship open. We'll find out where they go, where Bluder puts the chips, how much NIL money is on the table from the Iowa Swarm, etc. Opportunities, maybe some partnership opportunities with Caitlin Clark could be lucrative for a big, big name. Again, these are uncharted waters. I really do think that Lisa Bluder and the staff can take advantage of it, but they got to act now. They got to act in this cycle, and they have an opportunity now with an open scholarship available. Appreciate you tuning in for another segment here from the Hawkeye of the Storm, folks. We'll continue to follow news with the men and the women, plus football spring practice coverage right here from the Hawkeye of the Storm.